Hey people, I'm back with another editing tutorial. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the basic things that everyone has to do before posting the pictures online. This tutorial is not specific to any genre of photography or photography in general. This can be applied to anything as simple as a selfie. And in this tutorial, I'll be using Adobe Lightroom CC, but this is not confined to any specific editing software. You can use any application of your choice. With that being said, let's dive into the tutorial. The first and most important thing that everyone has to do is to straighten and crop the picture. Say you have a beautiful landscape picture, but its horizon is little inclined. It ruins the entire experience of that awesome picture. In the case of this picture, the horizon is almost straight, so a slight adjustment is enough. Let me show this in detail with other example. In the case of this picture, the horizon is lot more inclined compared to the previous one. Now the horizon looks perfect. It is very easy to fix the horizon and it actually makes a hell lot of difference. Yet I see a lot of people completely neglecting it. When I am scrolling through my Insta feed, if I come across a great landscape picture but its horizon isn't straight, I'm sure I'm never gonna like that picture. Straightening is very important in landscape and architectural photography, but it doesn't mean that it's not required in other genres. Even in portraits and wildlife photography, it's super important. And coming to the cropping, it's not mandatory to crop your images all the time. It is either used to remove unwanted things present in the image or to compose the image in a specific manner. For instance, I don't want to crop this image as this image looks good by itself. But in the case of this picture, I would like to crop it so that it obeys rule of thirds. Rule of thirds is a composition technique. There are a couple of composition techniques. When used properly, they'll take your picture to the next level. I'll make a dedicated video on the composition techniques in the future. These days, most of the DSLRs and even mobile phone cameras are pretty good in maintaining the correct white balance. So we don't need to worry a lot about fixing the white balance unless your camera is very old. Setting auto white balance while shooting the picture is good enough. But white balance sliders are not just for fixing the white balance. They can be used in a creative way. For example, warmer tone can be used to create happy or energetic white, whereas colder tones can be used for sad or moody feel. For instance, in the case of this picture, warmer color temperature suits better. I'm gonna slide the temperature slider all the way till around 6000 Kelvin, and I'm gonna reduce the tint more towards green side. Somewhere around 10 must be fine. Here's the before and after image. Let's do the same thing to our other images. Even in the case of this image, I think warmer tones suit better, so I'll increase the color temperature a bit. In the case of this image, I think colder tones might suit better, so I'm gonna decrease the temperature slider. So here are the before and after images. Most cameras that we use have pretty bad dynamic range, so we either end up blowing out the highlights or making the shadows pitch black while trying to get the perfect exposure. So most of the times the image looks far better after increasing the shadows and decreasing the highlights. The exposure slider can be used to fix the overall exposure of the picture if the picture is either overexposed or underexposed. Similar to the white balance, most of the modern cameras do a pretty good job in giving a good saturation to the images, but doing a little tweaks to the saturation and vibrance can make the picture look much better. Using saturation and vibrance sliders are very much dependent on the type of camera that you are using and the color profile that you are shooting in. But in general, boosting the saturation and vibrance a little can give a good punch in the image. Overdoing this makes the image look really bad. Saturation is basically the concentration of colors present in the image. The main difference between saturation and vibrance is that if you increase the saturation slider, saturation of each color increases uniformly, whereas if you increase the vibrance slider, it increases the saturation of only the colors that are suppressed. It is like a selective adjustment. Adding contrast will make the image look great, but if it's overdone even a little bit, it spoils the entire picture. It basically spreads the color over the histogram. I'll make a dedicated video on histogram later. So increasing contrast will make the blacks darker and whites brighter. Contrast can also be added by other way around, by decreasing the blacks and increasing the whites. Here are the pictures before and after editing. If you like the video, please like, share and don't forget to subscribe.